I said you scanned me.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't give consent for that.
Yes, please turn your car off.
Give me a moment.
Turn your car off.
Give me a moment.
Turn your car off.
Give me a moment. You're doing too much.
Welcome back to the Van Valiant channel, guys. Today we head to Florida for a video courtesy of YouTube channel Crime Scene Cam, where a sovereign citizen gets pulled over by Coral Springs PD for doing 70 and a 40. But instead of complying with the officer, he tries to flip the script on the cop by asking him to fill out a questionnaire. Unfortunately for him, this cop is of the no-nonsense variety, so things don't go well for him.
I'm Officer Scott, Coral Springs Police. Stop me for your speed. You're going 70 and a 40. Do you have your driver license and insurance card?
Give me a moment.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I didn't know. I didn't know. I don't know this. I didn't know. I don't know. And
You didn't know what?
Don't understand.
I'm showing you. Here's the radar unit. You were going 70 miles an hour. The speed limit on University is only 40.
You scanned me with that. I didn't know that.
I'm scaring you with that.
I said you scanned me with that.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't give consent for that.
You don't need to give consent for that.
Contrary to what you might have read in your sovereign citizen script, you do not have to give your consent before a cop uses a speed detection device on your car, for obvious reasons. I swear, all common sense goes out of the window when you become a soft-sit. Either that or they never had it in the first place.
Your name is?
I'm Officer Scott.
Okay.
I need your driver license and your insurance card, please.
Okay.
44, go ahead and roll me a routine, please.
Oh, give me a moment.
Bravo 42.
I'm just going to reach for my paperwork.
Okay, no weapons in the car or anything like that?
No weapons.
Okay. We actually pulled into the Petco parking lot here.
Yeah, I did. Please fill this.
What is this?
Petco parking lot.
No, I need your driver license and your insurance card.
I'm going to need you to fill this out.
No, I need your driver license and your insurance card.
I'm going to need you to fill this out.
Okay. I need your driver license and
42,
insurance
you
card.
close?
You said okay. I need you to fill
42,
this out. I'll give you a pen.
Get in the wild.
It's funny how he heard the okay part of the sentence in reply to filling out the questionnaire, but not the part where the cop asked for his driver's license and insurance card. Somehow, I don't think he's going to be needing that pen. Oh, and by the way, these questionnaires have been floating around for years, and not once have I seen a cop fill one out.
454, I'll show you in route, Petco parking lot.
I need your information.
I need your information. And I need your driver license and your insurance card. If you're failing to comply...
I don't want to make this difficult.
I don't either. I want to make this very easy, but you're making it very difficult. Because I've asked you several times now for your driver license and your insurance card, and you're failing to comply. When you get pulled over by the police... When you get pulled over by the police, you have an obligation to provide identification. You also have an obligation to provide proof of insurance.
45429 valid, registered to a Frank.
Is that me?
Yes.
Cesario.
Sounds like he could be new to this sovereign citizen BS if his vehicle is still registered then. Some do like to do a dry run first to see how it works before fully committing. The questionnaire is part of it, but we all saw how that went.
44, if you could roll a supervisor.
While you waiting, you could do that?
No, I'm going to wait for you.
I'm trying to be mutual.
Bravo 44.
No, you're not. I've asked you several times for your driver license. You don't want to give me your driver license.
That's not what I'm doing.
You want to argue and you want to do this sovereign citizen stuff, and this is not going to work out right now. This is not going to work out for you.
I'm not sovereign.
Okay.
I have a license.
I'm going to give you one more chance to provide your driver license before I pull you out of the car and detain you in handcuffs.
Not a sovereign citizen, he says, while attempting the sovereign citizen script by asking the cop to fill out his soft-sit questionnaire. Well, I think you have about a minute to prove you're not, so good luck, otherwise a pair of silver bracelets awaits.
I'm not. All you doing is under duress. You gotta give me time. And I'm asking.
None of this is under duress. I've asked you several times.
And I'm working with you.
There is no duress here. You haven't even attempted to locate a driver license.
I'm doing that. How are you lying?
You don't have a driver license in your phone, sir. I need a physical driver license from you. You're not. There is no such thing as an electronic version of a driver license.
That's a lie.
No, it's not a lie.
Cooperating with me.
Okay.
Give me a moment.
I've got to say, I love how direct this officer is being. It's completely thrown him off the script, which he has on his lap in a binder. He just hasn't had the opportunity to open it. Well, he won't now because, well, he's under arrest.
You held me under arrest. I can turn off my car.
Yes, please turn your car off.
Give me a moment.
Turn your car off.
Give me a moment.
Turn your car.
Give me a moment. You're doing too much.
Stop.
You using aggressive
Stop.
words. I don't have anything in my pocket.
Relax.
You scare me. You scare
Relax.
me. I cannot.
Relax.
Hold on me.
Relax.
I feel safe right here. Calm down. Calm down. Hold on.
Come out of the car.
You're not allowed.
Come out of the car.
I'm not gonna oppose anything.
Come out of the car.
Everything you doing.
Come out of the car.
You being aggressive.
Face away from me.
Please.
Face away from me.
Allow me
Face
to
away
get
from
my
me.
stuff out the car.
Get on the floor.
Face away from me.
Is it because I'm wearing all
Face away
black?
from me.
Around right now.
Is it because I'm wearing black, he says. I think it has more to do with the fact that you refuse to identify 9 or 10 times. But yeah, you go with your theory if it makes you feel better.
Bravo 23, Canine 5.
Face away from me.
Canine 5.
Why y'all doing
Give me your hand.
Oh my eye.
Put your hand behind your
Put your
back.
hand behind your back. Do it now.
Quiet.
Do it now, right now. You're under arrest.
No, I'm not. I'm a wolf. I'm a wolf. Stop.
Leave your hands behind your back.
Stop. I got work on my day. Could you allow me to get my stuff? Y'all wouldn't allow me. I don't have it in my pocket. I have a license. I have registration. I have
You're under arrest.
Don't allow me.
Let's watch this.
The persecution complex, which is common among sovereign citizens, is unbelievable with this guy. At what point during the 9 or 10 times of asking for your license did he not allow you to identify?
Y'all going to court, man. Y'all using excessive force. I have my license, registration, and he won't allow me. I have it directly from Cherry Road. Y'all doing too much. And then you call me a sovereign. And then you can allow on the oath. I just put these pants. So you won't allow me to get anything. I can't.
Roll over on your other side.
But y'all use so much excessive force.
It's all on body cam. So everybody will be able to see just how much time I gave you to provide an ID when you refused over and over.
Yep, you've got to be willing to lie to play soft-sit games. But one thing I do agree with you on, and that's your inability to think fast enough, which is understandable because, 1, you're a soft-sit. Thinking is hard for you guys. And 2, because you're not really meant to turn a simple traffic stop into a court hearing on the side of the road, because this will inevitably be the outcome.
I didn't refuse. I asked you to fill out that paperwork. That's what.
Bring your knees up to your chest. Do it now.
What?
Roll over onto your knees.
You got me spazzed.
Sit up. Stand up. Stand up.
What part of stand up don't you understand?
You can put them in
I
my
don't understand. Exactly.
Wait, so this means he either doesn't understand basic English words, or he's referring to the soft-sit script where it claims the word understand secretly means to stand under government authority. So he's either gullible or doesn't understand simple words like stand up. And if that's the case, then he probably shouldn't be driving, let alone speeding.
I don't know. I pulled him over. I asked him for ID. He gives me this, tells me I need to fill this out. So I continue to ask him for his ID over and over and over.
Good.
I told him we're not going to play the sovereign citizen thing. He says I'm not a sovereign. He says he's looking for his ID in his phone. I told him 2 or 3 times there's no such thing as an electronic version of a driver license. He tells me I'm a liar. So I go to pull him out. He starts resisting.
Yeah, he's a sovereign.
Yeah, well, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, then guess what?
Now I guess the question becomes, can I go in here to find a license or do I have to wait?
Let's just wait. Why even bother looking for a license?
Well, I got to ID him.
Rapid ID.
I have that.
You have rapid ID?
Yeah.
Who's the car registered to?
I haven't even checked yet. I didn't have time.
I'll check for you.
All right.
23, 1092. Yeah, boy.
Sir, I couldn't have made it any more clear that I needed your driver license.
You see how scared you're supposed to be sensitive. You're supposed to be helping. Hey, what are you, 44?
Yes.
You're doing this for money.
This has nothing to do with money.
Because, no, the way you just disrespect me, I'm going to...
Poor baby, did the officer hurt your feelings? Welcome to the consequences of your actions. And speaking of actions, if you really do think this is all about money, then there's a really simple solution to that problem. Don't do 17 or 40. It's that simple.
I know.
You do whatever you have to do. I told you we're not going to play this sovereign citizen
I didn't
thing.
say that.
You're trying to have me fill out sovereign citizen paperwork.
No, I'm not. That's the paperwork gets your information so I know who you are.
I told you who I was. As a matter of fact, the very first thing I said to you was, I'm Officer Scott, Coral Springs Police.
I just asked you to fill out that information.
Yep.
That's all I did.
Yep,
asked you to fill out that information.
And you didn't comply with any lawful command.
I said, give me a moment. I'm doing
I gave you several moments.
No.
Yes.
Disrespectful, man.
Yeah, I know you are.
No, oh man, I'm not going back and forth with you.
No, you're going to jail.
You're doing this for money.
No.
You're doing this for money.
I'm doing this because I was conducting speed enforcement.
You read something, you believed something, but it's not true, says the guy who read something, believed something that isn't true. Typical sovereign citizen, every accusation is an admission of guilt.
For the safety of the public, because we have several crashes at this intersection, you're driving 30 miles an hour over the speed limit, and then you refuse to provide a driver license when I ask for it.
You ain't give me the time I can. You talking about there's no such thing as additional license?
I'm going to write it in the police report just how many times I asked you and how long it took.
You were asked, politely I might add, 8 or 9 times for your licence and insurance, so this BS about not being given enough time is a lie. But you did have enough time to repeatedly ask the officer to fill out a meaningless form, which he's not obliged to do, by the way. And like the officer is about to point out, the body camera footage proves that you were completely uncooperative.
It's recorded.
Yes. Every single moment of our conversation.
My actions is recorded. So you can see I'm trying to show you information.
No.
It's going to show that you don't want to cooperate.
It's most certainly going to show that I asked you several times for an ID and you wanted to play in your phone and give me a paper to fill out.
My camera, because I don't have, if you check my pockets, I don't have anything on my pockets. I just came from the gym. I'm trying to give you information.
You didn't try to get me anything. I'm going to get it right now. I need your right index finger.
I'm Jacquez of the Wilson family.
Jacquez of the Wilson family?
Yes.
Watch him for a
How to say you're a soft sit without saying you're a soft sit. Only sovereign citizens and freemen on the land use that of the family terminology. But he's definitely not sovereign, guys. Anyway, he continues to whine and project and play the victim, so let's skip ahead to the part where he tries to cite Black's Law Dictionary on the way to jail. But yeah, he's definitely not sovereign. Definitely not.
Statute.
Black Law Dictionary. Black Law Dictionary. Black Law Dictionary is the legal dictionary. A license is...
Okay, you can cite all your sovereign citizen stuff that you want, but the problem is that you're in Florida and we go by Florida state statute here. So your sovereign immunity doesn't work here in Florida.
That's discriminatory. That's very discriminatory.
Okay, well, then stop citing all the sovereign citizen laws.
I just said Black Law Dictionary. This is the legal dictionary, international legal dictionary. This is a legal dictionary.
And then back at the jail, he tries to say he was travelling, not driving. But again, the officer calls him out for using sovereign citizen arguments, while claiming he isn't one.
Who was driving? Who was driving?
I was traveling to Walmart.
Oh, you were traveling. Yet another sovereign citizen statement. But you're not a sovereign citizen, right?
Well, I told you about doing that. You keep calling me a sovereign citizen.
Yeah, because that's exactly what sovereign citizens say. I was traveling, I wasn't driving.
That's not proof against anything. You don't believe everything you read. You shouldn't believe everything you hear and half the things that you see.
Okay.
And of course, as per usual, we find out that he does in fact have a licence, though it's suspended. He also has registration and insurance for the vehicle, but he chose to play stupid games instead.
I have one of those too.
Oh, okay. Here's your insurance for the car and the registration. All things I asked you for that you never gave me out there. I don't know why you wouldn't just give it to me out there.
I couldn't think, so I'm giving it to you. I'm not going to go back and forth with you.
Right, so just before we find out what he was charged with and what happened in court, let's give the last word to the arresting officer.
that say?
What does that say? Ignorance of the law does not excuse misconduct in anyone, least of all a sworn officer of the law. So, isn't that funny that your ignorance of the law got you in trouble today? Because you wouldn't provide me with a hard copy of your driver license.
After pleading no contest, he was sentenced to pay a fine of $293.
So after putting himself through all that, he folded like a wet blanket and pled no contest. I guess some people just aren't cut out for the sovereign lifestyle. I hope he learnt his lesson and ditched this sovereign nonsense. I definitely think the no-nonsense approach by this cop helped. Anyway, to see the full video, click the first link in the description. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, then please drop me a like, share the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you also to my channel members and patrons for your continued support. I really do appreciate it. Right, take care all, and I will catch up with you in the next video.